Hello, writers. There is a publishing process checklist that I like to promote whenever I am acting as a beta reader, and manuscript editor, or as a book coach. It's one that holds true for both nonfiction and fiction writers, and I call it the 8 steps of getting ready to be published. So here goes with that 8 step checklist. Number one, figure out whether you need to put in pre-research time before you get started. Number two, complete a first draft. Number three, revise your first draft. Number four, revise your second draft. And number five is, you guessed it, revise that draft too. Don't worry though, it gets more interesting from here. Number six is give it to a beta reader or two or five if you can find them. Consider their critiques and add in appropriate revisions from there. Then review that draft. Number seven is give it to a professional editor. Consider his or her critiques and add in appropriate revisions as well. Then review that draft. Finally, we come to number eight, which is start shopping it around to literary agents and publishing companies, or choose to self-publish if that is the way that you would like to go. Now, we are going to review the other parts in the weeks ahead, but right now I want to specifically focus on the 6A and 7A intro steps, considering critiques and adding in appropriate revisions from beta readers and manuscript editors. These are very valuable resources to use, but they can be used well and they can be used badly. So, to use them for your best advantage, you need to first define your authorial role in the whole process. Understand that without a shadow of a doubt, you are your manuscript's creator, its monarch, its dictator, even, which means that you have final say over it no matter what anyone else wants to tell you. It's yours. Incidentally, that includes your characters. Don't let them tell you what to do. I mean, I know that mine do actually tell me what to do more often than not during my first draft writing process. They do whatever they want and they do it however they want to do it. But the final draft, that is up to me, not them. I can choose to let them have their way, or I can make them obey my dictatorial will instead. Which one is the right choice? Now, that is the same exact question that you need to apply to beta readers and manuscript editors. The answer will always be the same. It depends. Are you completely and totally sick of me saying that by now? I understand, but really, it does depend. I say this as both a manuscript editor myself and as someone who has her own manuscript editor for the novels that I create. She and I, my manuscript editor and I are very good at what we do. We point out where paragraphs come across as clunky, when details don't match between plot points, and how to overall improve a novel or nonfiction work's presentation into an absolute publishing masterpiece. Incidentally, we also point out where something went absolutely right, where a writer was just spot on. We will give praise when praise is due, believe me, because the best beta readers and manuscript editors don't just show writers where they can strengthen their stories. They also highlight those spots that the author already handled beautifully all on their own. That's the best way to grow as an author, or as anything else for that matter. You want the big picture, both good and bad. Another best way to grow as an author is to really consider the feedback you get, both constructive criticism and well-deserved praise. Don't ever give anyone automatic authority over your writing. You need to decide one way or the other, no matter how much you respect the beta reader or manuscript editor in question. The strongest authors accept that they're not perfect. That's why they look for outside feedback in the first place. But they also accept that nobody else is perfect. That's why they really stop and consider outside feedback before they accept it or discard it, always asking this question: do I think that the suggested change or changes intellectually, emotionally, professionally, psychologically, and or spiritually strengthen my work? If the answer is yes, then run with it. Wonderful. If the answer is no, then don't. Getting feedback from beta readers and manuscript editors is as simple and as complicated as that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.